There's a hidden YouTube Studio setting that could be killing your channel, and 99% of channels don't know about this setting. And if your views have been dropping recently, or your videos haven't been pushed out as much by the algorithm, this setting could be the reason why. In this video, I'm going to show you this setting, exactly how it works, and then how you can turn it off so that it stops tanking your channel's views. If it's your first time watching, my name is John, and I've spent the last 10 years running multiple successful YouTube channels, and I created this channel to help you avoid the mistakes that I made along my YouTube journey. So now I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory on how I found out about this problem and ended up solving it and reviving one of my channels. So basically, a couple of months ago, one of my channels tanked in views. It went from 10,000 views a video to maybe 1,000 or 500 views a video, which is a massive drop in performance. And that's definitely something that I was concerned about. Right away, I thought maybe the content wasn't as good, or maybe the audience just simply lost interest in what I was uploading. And it wasn't until I actually went into the analytics and looked at what was happening to these videos, and I realized that YouTube had actually turned on a setting for me that was actually causing these videos to tank in views. So here's the analytics for one of my videos right here. And by using the reach tab here, we can see exactly how viewers found this video on YouTube. So right here, we can see that browse features accounts for just over 46% of viewers clicking on this video. And then there's YouTube search and then suggested. For a lot of creators on YouTube, browse features is where the majority of your views are going to come from. People are going to see your videos on that suggested area and then click on them and then watch your videos. So a lot of your impressions and reach is going to come from browse features right here, which is important for this setting that I'm going to show you. And this works great if your videos are getting sent out to the right people that want to watch your content. Your video will continue to get more views and the algorithm will work, and you'll end up with a high performing video. But in the same way, if YouTube's suggesting your content to people who are not interested at all, and they don't click on your video, or they don't watch it all the way through and they click off right away, that's going to tank your click-through rate and average viewer duration, and then that's going to tank your video's performance as well. Now I'm going to give you a quick explanation of what click-through rate is and average viewer duration, just in case you don't know. So click-through rate is the percentage of people that click on your video after YouTube's shown it to an audience. So for example, if your video gets 1,000 impressions and out of those impressions 100 people click on that video and watch it, well then you got a 10% click-through rate, which is pretty good, and a lot of successful videos have around a 10% click-through rate. And average viewer duration is pretty much how long people are watching the video. So if the video is 4 minutes long and people are watching the whole thing, you're going to have an average viewer duration of 4 minutes long. And both of these metrics are very important when it comes to having a successful video. So you can see that tanking these metrics would actually cause your video to perform a lot worse. So the YouTube setting that I'm talking about is called auto dubbing. And basically, if you don't know, that is where YouTube dubs your video in other languages. So an AI takes your video and redubs it in different languages so that people in other languages can watch your content. So here's an example of exactly how auto dubbing works.
In fact, there are thousands of Dracolors who put their placards in front of your eyes when you walk until you pass them. It's super aggressive.
So you might be thinking, well, isn't it a good thing that more audiences can see my videos in different languages? That way I'll reach more people and get more views. In fact, channels like Mr. Beast do this on purpose, and he has multiple different channels in different languages just to reach a larger audience that speaks other languages as well. This is not necessarily the case at all. In fact, it's far more likely that this is hurting your channel than it is helping it. In fact, if we look at a channel like Mr. Beast that has these channels in other languages to where he can reach more audiences, he has actually hired professional people that speak that language, that change his titles, his thumbnails, his descriptions, and redo his whole video in a different language. YouTube's auto dubbing feature is not like that at all. In fact, it just uses an AI to automatically change the language, and it makes a lot of mistakes. And so the message you're trying to convey in your video could get lost when you're using this auto dubbing feature. So now let me explain how this was actually harming my channel when it was using this auto dubbing feature with the content that I was uploading. So normally when I create content on YouTube, it gets sent out to what I like to call your core audience. And this is really your audience that YouTube knows is going to like your videos. And then based off of that, they send it to more people who they think are going to like your videos and are going to actually watch what you're making. And then if your videos continue to do well, they'll just continue to send out those videos to more and more people over time. But what happened with this YouTube setting is that they would, for example, send the video out to someone in Brazil, and then they weren't really interested in that video at all. They weren't the core target audience, so they would not click on the video, and then the click-through rate would go down, or they would end up clicking and then they would click off because the dubs weren't accurate, or there's no emotion in the content, it just sounded like an AI, and then the average viewer duration went down as well, and overall this was causing the videos to actually crash in performance. So it's actually really easy to turn the setting off. All you have to do is go to your YouTube Studio dashboard, which should look something like this, and then go down to the bottom left right here where it says settings, and we're going to want to click on that, and then go up here to upload defaults. And now we can go to advanced settings right there, and then scroll down a bit, and you're going to see right here automatic dubbing. Now if you have this off, that's great. You already have the setting off and you're good. And if you have the setting on like I do right here, you'll see that it's actually checkmarked automatically. And a lot of channels actually have this without even realizing it. And all you have to do to turn it off is to just click on that check mark, and then it's going to automatically turn it off. You can turn it back on and then turn it off by clicking that check mark and then just clicking on save. And now the setting is going to be off. So if we go back to settings and then go back to upload defaults and then go back, we can see that it's off, and our videos are no longer going to be automatically dubbed into different languages. So how exactly do we know if this is going to help your channel or not? Well, one way that we could kind of gauge to see if this is actually going to help is go to one of your videos, maybe one of the recent ones that has not done as well as usual, that's getting less views than normal, and then go down to your reach tab, and then go all the way down to where it says content suggesting this video, and we can see if there's content in other languages like this right here that is suggesting the video, and chances are that that was because the auto dubbing feature was turned on, so people from other languages are checking out your content. And we can also check as well in the audience tab here and go down to the bottom right here where we can see the geographies. So we can see here that 6% of the views were coming from India. Now that's not really a lot, but if in your video it's like 10-20% from countries that don't speak English in this top geographies section, and by turning this off, that's going to change that, and your video is not going to be sent to as many people that don't speak English, and then your content should perform better because they won't be watching an auto dubbed version of your content. If you want to learn everything that I know from the last 10 years of creating content on YouTube, click the link down below to join the community where there's 70+ different training modules where I give you all of the knowledge that I know from the last 10 years. And there's twice weekly live Q&A calls with me where you can ask any questions that you might have about your YouTube channel, and I'll even review your channels as well. So check it out right now. The first 25 members get in for free. Thanks for watching.